I'm thinking that this is a great place to start when I'm driving in the car, and I have time to think and talk, kind of process. This is like, I'm not going to say that it's like a rare thing, but I mean, I work and I live with my mom, and I have a girlfriend. So more often than not, I'm engaged in something. I've got something that's conversation or something with work that I'm doing. So I've wanted to talk for a while. I've wanted to talk about the horrible thing that happened in my life for a really long time, and it wasn't that I didn't not talk about it because I thought that talking about it would make it true, because I know that it's true. I didn't not talk about it because I don't think that it's important, because I think that it is. But every time that I think about it too much, or I start to talk about it, I cry. And I don't think that it's bad to cry. I think that it would be weird if I didn't. But I also didn't want to be so lost or caught up in my emotions that the whole point of talking about it got lost or literally drowned out, So I haven't on social media. I post other things. I post things about it, but I don't talk about it. So my son died. That's the horrible thing that happened. And I think before, or even I was kind of in the habit of saying, he died from an accidental overdose, and why I felt the need to use the word accidental, even though it wasn't an intentional. But it was almost like I wanted people to know that disclaimer, right? Like, but he died from a drug overdose. That's how he died. And I say accidental because he and a friend had decided to get together and do some cocaine. And they went and they got some. They came back to my apartment where he was living. I was out of town at the time. And I imagine they cut out a pretty big line and snorted a pretty, a pretty good sized line. And it was 100% fentanyl. There was no cocaine in that. The toxicology report is friend survived, and he was in the hospital for several days, and in his blood tests they had, there was no cocaine. It was 100% fentanyl. So they, his friend said that that's what they went to go buy. That's what they thought that they were buying. And it doesn't really, I don't know if it like makes it better that it wasn't intentional, because like the end result, it's still that he's no longer here, right? Like, I miss him every day, and every day that goes by is the longest time that it's been since we talked. Video chatted, talked. We were so close. I feel grateful to have had such a close relationship with him. And every day, it's the longest day, or the longest time that it's been, and it will be. The last time that we talked, which was December 28th of 2023, we video chatted. He had been really sick, and I called him up to see how he was doing, and I Instacarted him some things like some more tea, some mint tea, and I think that we had honey, but he wanted mint tea. He wanted some stuff for his cold, whether it was NyQuil to sleep, or I think we needed some Himalayan salt. And I put some Hershey's Chocolate Kiss in the So that was the last phone call. I'm not mad at him. I think he was a dumbass for not testing. Because I told him, hey, like, if you put something in your body, make sure you know what it is, Have a test kit. I understand, like, wanting to get a buzz. I was a wild child growing up. Even if, you get your stuff from a really good friend of yours who prides himself on always testing his shit. Even then. I mean, it's like, you can say, it's a life or death decision that you make to test your shit or not, and it sounds so fucking dramatic, but it's true. And I'm not mad at him. I just miss him a lot. I'm not mad at his friend who he partied with. I mean, he lived, and what a horrible thing to have to live with. Like, my heart goes out to him. You think you're partying with your friend, and then it's the last time that you got to see him, and I'm sure there's that survivor's guilt and a part of feeling guilty, you know, I'm sure. But for the friend who sold it to them, fuck you. I know you shouldn't hold on to resentment, and you should have it in your heart to forgive. And when he turns himself in, then I'll be able to start the process of forgiving. Not sure if I feel better, but I am almost home from the grocery. So this is what I do. I let it flow. I dry my eyes and another day. Thanks for listening.